Oh, this is my jam!
Are you serious? Oh my god. Alright.
My blades are yours.
Okay. Okay. Now we have a voice. I was saying, Kael'thas seems to be a respect ban. The Sylvanas ban, you don't want to have them cheese and just have them pushing on the keep after the first Punisher. And now that Kael'thas and Sylvanas both not very popular picks on this map, so it looks like you're going to have the big guns coming out. Your ETCs, Greymanes, Lucios, Hanzos, and Genjis. So it looks like, yeah, there they are. Just all we're missing is the Genji. Genji may not work for one of these compositions. Genji's weakness, of course, being lack of wave clear. And maybe there's a Genji player on either team, so you never know. So Sonya Hanzo coming out for FML Esports after the Lucio first pick. Sonya Hanzo, very good on the Shrine. Both very good at camping. In some respects, they're both kind of deny picks because if you get both of them, really Greymane is now the best camper on the side of, Elite Murloc Chieftans. So the second ban up here for FML Esports, I'm not sure what they want to ban here. There's a lot of choices. And really it's going to give a lot of information about what kind of composition the FML Esports is going to try and run here with Sonya and Hans being taken out. They've still got to get their tank. They've still got to get their support. And a lot of flexibility left on the side of FML Esports. Comes down to the wire, and we are going with the Dahaka ban. So looking to ban out that extra front line. Another solo laner that could go up against the Sonya. A global is always very good in this map. So good ban on Dahaka here from FML Esports. And we'll look at the ban the other way. I could see them doing a tank ban. I think tank bans right now are a little bit stronger than support bans, but we shall see. They're going to ban out the Stukov. The Stukov silence on that point is very powerful, and also Stukov can be a lot of trouble against a Greymane, a lot of trouble against an ETC you can't escape. They're going to go ahead and ban that Stukov away. So we're going to see what the rest of the plan is like from FML Esports. It appears there's some kind of echo. I'm not sure where that's coming from. Didn't seem to be a problem previously, so we'll find out maybe what the deal is with that. Anyways, we're going to see what these... Sorry about that. Just looking up at technical issues here. Maybe see if I can fix stuff, but I think we're fine. They're going to go for the Johanna Gul'dan. Johanna... that Condemn can bring a lot of value to both Hanzo, Sonya, and Gul'dan. Condemn right into the Corruption can be very powerful. Gul'dan, excellent wave clear, excellent shrine clear, and FML Esports just going all in on the shrine control here, which makes me kind of surprised that they banned out the Sylvanas, because right now if they grab the Sylvanas instead of a Hanzo, I think they would have stand a very, very good chance of winning the shrines and being able to push with that Sylvanas. So I'm surprised they didn't try to take it for themselves. Elite Murloc Chieftans looking to round out their very, 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 very generic composition right now. Lucio, Grammy, and ETC can be extension about all sorts of folks. You want to see, you have to deal with the Horrify, you have to deal with the Hanzo damage, you have to deal with the Sonya. Malthael being picked up to solo against that Sonya there. Is he going to win? And Tyrael. So we're going to see the Greymane Malthael Tyrael sanctification. And if they manage to get all in onto the side of FML Esports, that's going to be a very dangerous set of ultimates there going out on the side of Elite Murloc Chieftans. So I like this Tyrael pickup here. And we're going to see how FML Esports responds. They've got to grab a support here. I mean, they don't have to, but they will. It'd be, I think support is really the only thing you don't see people skip on if they're really trying to win competitively. And they're really thinking about this coming down to the wire here. So much melee, though, on the side of Elite Murloc Chieftans, especially when Greymane jumps in. It's going to be just melee. And I can see especially now why the Stukov was not picked up. And they're going to grab the Rhaegar. Going to be looking to save whoever gets really sort of burst down with an Ancestral. Sonya, excellent Ancestral target. Johanna, excellent Ancestral target. And looking to keep Hanzo and Gul'dan safe with a little bit more frontline against this comp. That chain heal, too, now that it works on sort of everybody the same instead of just the primary target, a little bit better against the Malthael damage. But I am very scared for FML Esports if Tyrael manages to isolate anybody or if they manage to push anybody out of position. And they don't have, let's see, they have plenty of Mosh interrupts, so I could see them going stage dive on ETC. You've got Hanzo Arrow, Horrify, Sonya Leap, Sonya Spear, Johanna Condemn if she can get her D off, or if she can anticipate the Mosh and Condemn as ETC Moshes. But such good poke on the side of FML Esports. Gul'dan's going to get a lot of value, I think, with those corruptions. He's probably going to go corruption build. And Hanzo just always does 10 damage. I'm going to be very interested in what build Hanzo goes. But until then, we're going to prepare ourselves. And as the battle gets underway, and on the side of heaven, we've got Elite Murloc Chieftans versus FML Esports. And on the side of heaven, we have Elite Murloc Chieftans. We've got Norian on the ETC, Undead 752 on the Greymane, Brogene on the Lucio, Krinovast on the Malthael, and Goku on the Tyrael. And on the side of hell, we have FML Esports, Kendo on Johanna, John Knight 1 on Sonya, Shadowleaves on Gul'dan, Consort on Hanzo, and Drink and Run 152 on the Rhaegar. So Sonya's going to start top immediately. Not going to be looking to be part of this 5-man party in the middle here. I'm going to have just everybody sort of chilling out here. And a decent amount of wave clear coming here on the side of Elite Murloc Chieftans. More than I'd expect with the Gul'dan on the side of FML Esports, but Gul'dan gets a ton of damage as this Tyrael is slowed. And we're going to look at the talents here. Laws of Hope coming out for Johanna. Warpaint coming out for Sonya, which surprises me, but she's still handily winning this against Malthael, who really... very good job from the Sonya coming out here. No real surprises, although Malthael going for the Race Strike, possibly the Race Strike build, and we've got Justice for All coming out for the Tyrael. Block Party here coming out for ETC. A little bit surprising, maybe really looking to shut the Hanzo damage down, and maybe some of the Sonya damage if she goes like follow through or something, but I would have expected to see Progrec there, especially with the amount of globes that ETC is going to get. Anyways, Norian steps up, face melts, gets them on a bunch of damage coming up from Gul'dan. Everybody's going to back out. They're going to be just fine. Gul'dan taking, not taking a good amount of damage, just having to life tap quite a lot to keep his mana up. And Elite Murloc Chieftans still winning this wave clear battle, doing an excellent job. That Tyrael shield doing quite a lot of work on that the minion wave there. So Kendo pulls in everybody. Gul'dan throws out his damage. And actually, I'm going to look and see what Gul'dan's build is here. He does not, in fact, go the Corruption build. He goes the Pursuit of Flame, so he's really looking to keep his distance. FML Esports really looking to poke out here. Let's check out this top lane once again. Sonya winning the clear battle for sure. And Malthael is about half health here. He's taking a bunch of damage from these minions. So neither side really winning the lane so far. Sonya's doing definitely better for sure. John not playing pushes. And it looks like Elite Murloc Chieftans really taking control of these, well, maybe not. I missed the bottom lane here. Both teams sort of trading out control. Big fight here. A bunch of damage goes on to the Gul'dan in the back. The slide doesn't quite stun out the Gul'dan, but they get the Rhaegar, face melts him back. He's not able to get through to his gate, and he goes down. An excellent pickoff coming out there from Elite Murloc Chieftans. The spear comes out from Sonya and misses. ATC is going to come back down here, and Elite Murloc Chieftains are going to set up on this and get the shrine started as the Angels back for more health / mana. And here comes FML Esports looking to get something started here. Sonya comes across on the top flank. Hanzo looking to get some scatter arrow damage onto this shrine. After clearing that bottom wave, ETC steps up onto this Johanna, makes her retreat. Here comes the blind. Gul'dan throws out a Corruption, some more Pursuit of Flame there. Johanna's stuck in the middle, and the ETC looks and slides on the Johanna. Rhaegar once again isolated. An excellent slide in this Rhaegar, getting picked off just a little bit too far up, and that is a dangerous place to be when you've got an ETC in that position. And they're unable to punish that ETC from going in so far. So FML Esports has to back up. Sonya heads just immediately back up top to try. They realize that shrine is lost. Sonya's going to go up here and get as much experience as she can as quickly as possible. Goku comes up here to soak middle while the Punisher pushes for the side of Elite Murloc Chieftans. A huge amount of damage going onto that Lucio, and it's a shame they weren't able to capitalize. Destroy those sidewalls, guys. Get in there and kill some people. But they're content with just bursting this gate down. That goes down. And they go and grab this camp immediately. Meanwhile, Malthael versus Sonya up here. Sonya has this wave pushed all the way in. Malthael is just fine, though. And it looks like FML might... Yeah, they find them on the camper. They're all here. All four of them. They don't want to tangle right now. And it's going to be a half a level lead and a structure advantage for Elite Murloc Chieftains as Rhaegar and Gul'dan go back up top here, and Tyrael comes up towards the middle. They're going to get advantage on this push here, but meanwhile, 3 people pushing onto this fort, and they're going to just take this fort. They sent the rest of the team rotating middle to try and get some soak, and Elite Murloc Chieftain says, hey, we've got a camp, we've got minions, they're gone, let's just push in. And they push in, and they get the fort. So excellent job there from Elite Murloc Chieftains. Very well done. And meanwhile, here you've got the Malthael here getting spun on by the Sonya. A lot of damage getting at spear on the Malthael. Looks like Malthael thought he was safe. Sonya threading the needle between those minions and getting a spear onto the Malthael. So meanwhile, Undead clears this camp. He's out of mana. He's going to have to back. Instead takes the globe and just comes back. He can still auto attack. He can still do stuff. They're going to grab competing camps, and they are going to meet in the middle here as you have 3 for the side of Elite Murloc Chieftains. Goku comes up here to deal with the Sonya, perhaps. I'm not sure if this is a gank or what's going on here, but putting a bunch of... I believe that was the healing talent coming out from Malthael there. Oh no, yeah, Touch of Death. Comes out onto the Sonya there and try and complete that, but Malthael fighting back, getting a ton of damage onto that Malthael. Despite Tyrael being there, Hanzo comes up to even the odds, and they both have to back off. Meanwhile, you have 3 mid here. ETC getting chunked up, but he's just fine. He's the tank. They almost clear all of this camp. This Khazra has just a little bit of health left. And 10s are hit for Elite Murloc Chieftans as they maintain their level lead. And we'll see if they can get a advantage here. Pretty much everything you'd expect here. Crisp Bullet coming out for Grayman, of course, Sanctification for Tyrael. Meanwhile, Torrent Souls, Sound Barrier, and Mosh Pit. It is not going to be a stage dive ETC, so we're going to see if he's able to land the Mosh on the right people. And 10 is now hit for FML Esports. Elite Murloc Chieftans not finding an opening for that 10 advantage. They push up, maybe trying to get on the sun. No, they're just going to clear this wave and get the camp push in on to the 4th there. FML Esports getting aggressive following this rotation. Kanem comes on to EDC. They try to get a bunch of damage. Meanwhile, Tyrael's in the back line. They get a bunch of damage. Sonya pops Wrath. They go in and let's look at the 10s here. Blessed Shield, Wrath, Horrify, Dragon Arrow, and Ancestral. No surprises there, but both teams on 10. One ult is down. Sonya has Wrath, but it's still ticking. She might be able to keep it up for a little bit if she continues to fight. She might be able to fight. No, she's not going to be able to get off. They don't want to fight just yet. And Elite Murloc Chieftans get onto this point pretty quickly, and they're just getting those skeletons. They've got 12 already. But meanwhile, Gul'dan poking a big face melt goes on the Gul'dan, but here comes the Fear out. Chronovest is in the backline with the Horrify. He pops this ult. The big Dragon Arrow comes out. There's the Ancestral, not in time. Malthael, excuse me, the Ancestral is in time. Malthael goes down. ETC mosh pits, and nothing really happens. He has to slide back out, and that is going to be a big kill for FML Esports. So a big Horrify. Malthael ults, but he is not able to stay alive. Sound Barrier not popped. I'm not sure if it was stunned out or if it was Malthael died before Lucio could get up there in time, but very quick work on the side of Elite Murloc, FML Esports. But in the meantime, Elite Murloc Chieftans is like, hey, we've got this pushing all the way in Keep Wall. Maybe we'll push this all the way in. But Norian is going to have to face the Wrath of the whole team. ETC starts to slide through. Wrath comes out. They get a whole bunch of damage, but they're not able to stop ETC. There's not enough CC. Lucio speeds him out. Lucio is going to make it through, and there is the great escape for the ETC and the Lucio. Broaching coming to Norian's aid. No man left behind, but there's a whole bunch of poke damage. ETC might still be in trouble, but they're going to get a bunch of damage on this fort as the Punisher goes down. Why does the pop Iron Skin? She's in the back there. Gul'dan is way out of position, gets the Unstoppable, and is able to push out the Horse. The Horrify has to come out as well with the Dragon Arrow to get him out alive. To break it down comes out the Sound Barrier to push on the rest of this team. Gul'dan has to back way up, and they're going to push this all the way back. They might get the kill onto the Sonya here. Sonya spins. It's not going to be enough, and there's the stun. Gul'dan comes back out to try and save him, but he's caught in the stun too, and that is going to be 2 for nothing here for Elite Murloc Chieftans. Crazy fight coming out there. The big shield out from Tyrael as they back off. There's not enough damage to mount a counterattack, and that is going to be a big win. And a swing back in. Ooh, Grayman finds a Hanzo alone, jumps back on him, decides better of it, and goes back to clear this camp. Meanwhile, Sonya and Gul'dan are back, and FML Esports looking to do stuff. Hanzo coming up here to soak top. They're going to get the rest of this soak bottom. And it looks like Elite Murloc Chieftans going to hit 13 real quick. They're going to use this to invade. They see Hanzo all the way top. They realize they can get there and fight. ETC anchoring over here on the side. Wondering. Oh, a bunch of damage goes onto the ETC. He's not able to pack up so quickly, but he's able to get back in time. They've got a Lucio. He's able to speed out. And they clear that camp no problem. Meanwhile, Norian looking for another engage. He comes in, slides onto the Johanna. Iron Shield comes out, and here Malthael pops his ult, and it's instantly feared. Meanwhile, Sonya in the backline, not in the backline, but on the Tyrael here. Tyrael getting a ton of damage from Sonya. Gul'dan throwing out a bunch of poke on this. They get Elite Murloc Chieftans way down. Tyrael looking really low, and that is they're gonna have to back out. They get the camp, but that is all. FML Esports able to repel that invade enough, but a bunch of heroics used. They've still got Dragon Arrow, they've still got Moshpit, they've still got Sanctification, and come to think of it, I did not notice when the Sanctification was used in previous teamfights, so I'm excited to see how that goes for them. Well, ETC has to back, get some mana. Hanzo's up there clearing. We got some fort pushing going on in the middle, and they're not really committing to this fort. I don't know if they don't realize that Elite Murloc Chieftans are down there. Instead, they go for the invade, very ballsy, but they see Tyrael all alone there, and that's going to be probably a pretty free camp for them. Sonya pushes the ETC off. They finally clear the Shaman. The ETC slides on. He doesn't get the camp, but a big mosh onto 3 people. Here comes the Dragon Zero to interrupt it, and ETC gets completely chunked down and deleted. Malthael is next to follow. He does not have his ult, and he dies. So a big invade. The rest of Elite Murloc Chieftans not able to rotate in time to prevent that, and a very heads-up invade there by FML Esports. And yet another swing in this game. I knew this would be a very close, evenly matched set of teams, and game is not letting me down. Meanwhile, you've got Sonya clearing this camp. They're going to get all the Skelly friends that they can. Not Skelly friends, that's KT's thing. But they're skeletons, and they make a weird noise. Yeah! Yeah! Anyways. Gul'dan just clearing all these up, just standing next to a bush. That would have been scary, but I think they realized that Elite Murloc Chieftains not anywhere near here. They're going to back up. They're all going to go tap, and they've got 39, and they're looking to push somewhere. They're looking to go grab this camp first, and Elite Murloc Chieftains says, "Hey, we'll take it," and they're going to try and get as many as possible. And they're going to ETC and Tyrael. They're going to look to zone them out and see if they can make them regret their idea to go get this camp with 39 skeletons. So we're going to see if FML Esports can push back on here. They're getting really close there, but it's really just going to take one Gul'dan, E, and Q. Oh, a big fight goes on. Sunbearer comes out after they get chunked up, but the Fear comes out just in time. They get the Punisher, and that's going to be it for that engage. Elite Murloc Chieftains is going to have to back out. They're going to go through this choke here, but Dragon's Arrow makes sure Tyrael does not get out alive. Tyrael trait, no value onto the Johanna, and that is going to be a very good kill there from FML Esports, realizing that they made the choice to retreat through that choke. Heads up, Dragon's Arrow coming in there from Hanzo to make that kill possible. And meanwhile, that gamble pays off. That camp is pushing top while this Punisher pushes bottom. And we're going to see how much they can get here. They've got 16 off that kill, and we're going to look at the talents here as this Punisher jumps onto here. Hammer looking for Holy Renewal from this, and they're going to be happy with this front wall of this keep. Sonya going standard stuff, Hellstone, full Q build. Gul'dan going Hunger for power, so Gul'dan an even juicier target on the back line. Hanzo going for mounted archery. He goes for the classic current, what I call the European build. Pretty standard stuff from Rhaegar, and of course Holy Ground from Tyrael. And they're going to go ahead and 5-man this camp down here, as there's nothing really else on the map. They're not really looking to push elsewhere. They're looking, they're on even talents tiers right now, and EMC really wants to take this fight if they can and win here. ETC is scouting out, finds the rest of the team, or all of the team. They're pushing in here, threatening this keep possibly. They're going to mount up and they're going to back off before Elite Murloc Chieftains can rotate, and they're going to look for a bush gank here. Nope. Okay, no, that ping was a danger ping from EMC, thinking that could possibly be a bush gank. Tyrael throws his sword out, and this camp is up in 20 seconds, so they're going to go ahead and grab it. But Elite Murloc Chieftains, I believe, realize this. ETC comes up. They're going to clear this wave. This camp's got 13 seconds. Johanna waits in that bush. Lucio very close to getting condemned, but the rest of the team is not close. They're going to wait in that bush there, and the hunt is on, ladies and gentlemen. ETC face checks the bush, and we find, here comes the Sonya Spear. Huge chunk, big stun on the ETC. They got feared. Their Elite Murloc Chieftains take a ton of damage, but the Sunbearer in time. Here comes the Sanctification. Here comes the counter damage out. Undead is jumping onto the backline. Greyman is getting so much damage on there. Meanwhile, Sonya is spinning on the backline. She's getting all healed up, but Johanna goes down. She can do much damage. And an excellent sound barrier Sanctification coming off from Elite Murloc Chieftains. Sonya goes down. Gul'dan is not long for this world. Hanzo goes back for some auto attacks maybe, and he dies too. Heads up team fight there from Elite Murloc Chieftains. And well done. And that really is their composition coming alive. FML Esports thought that they had the drop on them there. Sonya with an excellent engage, but Lucio and Tyrael on point with those ultimates, and they're able to repel the team fight from FML Esports. And they're going to come in and take this front wall for free. Who cares about that camp? We'll get it sometime later. And Gul'dan, maybe not realizing where his mouse cursor is, throws out some damage. That's, you know, hey, this is what Q build is for. He's going to come up here, he's going to throw some Qs, discourages ETC from hanging around too much longer, and they're going to be happy with the front wall and be happy to go get this Punisher. And Elite Murloc Chieftans back in this game for sure. 18-18. This is going to be a smooth Shrine race. It's going to be 39 seconds until Mosh Pit is back up again. Very soon, Tyrael and Malphite will have their ultimates back up once more. And FML Esports has everything they want. Kendo coming in and starting the Shrine, getting a good position on here. Hanzo is way back clearing waves, and EMC realizes this, and they start pushing in. ETC taking a ton of damage from those. Gul'dan slides in here. Stun Barrier comes out. The Horrify stops the engage. Malphite ult is wasted. Huge Greymane Curse Bullet coming in and Cocktail Splash, but Sanctification stops any further follow-up. Greymane pushes in, but Greymane is completely out of mana, and they back up. And this is a bunch of ultimates. 4 ultimates used. Oh, and Goku is caught out completely in the wrong place. But ETC comes back in with the Mosh Pit. Can they follow up and get enough damage? There's a whole ton of damage coming out from a Greymane there. But meanwhile, Gul'dan gets a ton of damage sitting in the backline. He was not caught in that Mosh Pit, but Sonya goes down, and it's going to be a 3 for 2. Sonya looking for some more damage onto that Greymane. And a lot of follow-up damage from that Mosh Pit from the ETC, but it's not enough to take down enough people from FML Esports. So Elite Murloc Chieftans doing a good job of taking advantage, trying to catch FML Esports unaware after they take the Tyrael pick for granted. They decide to go back in, but it's going to be a 3 for 2 in favor of FML Esports, and they're going to grab the Shrine for sure. Meanwhile, Malphite down here taking this camp. Gul'dan casts a tap, and he's going to come back here and clear the rest of this camp, and it's an Arcane Punisher, and that is going to be trouble for Elite Murloc Chieftans. FML Esports looking to get right back. They've got 20 advantage. They've got an Arcane Punisher. But meanwhile, Rhaegar has to go back and clear that. And they're not going to push with this. They've got 20 advantage. Instead, they're going to go for camps here. They've got all their ults up, and I wonder if they're too worried about losing a keep to push here. They think this Punisher is going to get this keep, but I got news. It's not. This Punisher is going to die very quickly. And I think that was a, I don't usually say this, but I think it's a misplay here on the side of FML Esports. Elite Murloc Chieftans getting another life here as far as I'm concerned. They're going to get 20. They're going to get back, right back into this game. And the comeback may be real for Elite Murloc Chieftans here. Okay, looks like Johanna's setting up for a big bush party here in this side bush. Going to hope somebody comes in and catches them. Shoves their face in there without meaning to. Johanna's gonna move around, making sure that, you know, they're not the ones being stuck up on the hunt. The hunt is on once more. ETC face melting, making sure these bushes aren't occupied. Here's the Q. They found him. Oh, and here comes the slide onto the bush party. Oh, and Rhaegar is out of position. Let's see if he can escape here. Meanwhile, they go in on the backline. Everybody trying to collapse on the Rhaegar, but the backline getting blown up. But Sonya got turned around on instead, and the sound barrier saves Elite Murloc Chieftans from total destruction. Big face melt back into the Rhaegar, and Rhaegar now is in death position. Is that a thing? Maybe it is. Lucio skating away, booping everybody, and they're not able to kill him as he slides off. Big slide onto the Hanzo. This is going to be Consort going down. He is wasted. And this is going to be a 2 for nothing, and they're going to push onto this keep, and possibly more if they can take out Kendo here. Kendo gets face melted after sliding 100 health before Iron Skin comes back up. And Gul'dan may push them off of this keep. They may not be able to take this keep. Oh, and yeah, AGC taking tower damage. The the death metal is wasted. They sit inside it as defense, but the tower, they're taking too many tower shots. They don't have minions here, and between the Gul'dan Q range, that Q range getting super value, they're defending that keep. They don't get this keep, and ETC goes down. That's going to be a staggered death for Elite Murloc Chieftains. So, real close game here. Hanzo's going to be up in 14 seconds. FML Esports is going to take this camp. Elite Murloc Chieftains, Greyman's going to start this camp, and they're going to, Goku's, is that Goku? I don't know. Goku's going to check out where FML is. He realizes they're over there. Decides to make a hasty retreat. They're going to get the camp first. They're going to get the camp second. I don't know if the teams are going to bother fighting over this bottom camp. Okay, it looks like FML is opting to go and clear this camp to make sure that their camp gets value. And meanwhile, Elite Murloc Chieftains going to grab this bottom camp and make sure that they get value off of it. That keep is a lot less healthy than this keep, but this camp is a lot stronger than this camp. So we're going to see how that plays out as they fight over this shrine. Elite Murloc Chieftains get on this point first. Tyrael throws out a sword to make sure they've got vision. Hanzo gets vision using his magic bow. It's not magic. Throwing a scatter arrow, and somehow one of them hits Greymane. That's annoying. And FML Esports gonna go clear this camp first, make sure theirs is the only camp pushing, and EMC going to start this shrine in response, see if they can get as many skeletons as possible. FML Esports looking to make a charge in here. Looks like they're going to go on head on here. They're going to pause. Hanzo going to try and get some poke here. Holy Ground comes out to stop this frontal assault. Hanzo looking for some flank poke there. Kendo just pushes right on in as Johannes wants to do. Big Shield comes out from Tyrael. The break it down is stopped, and Malthael is looking very low. They back out to be 6 more seconds before they get that sound barrier. Huge stun goes on to Goku. The Dragon's Arrow hitting a Tyrael, but it's not going to be death for him this time. They're going to back up. Lucy is going to heal him up. Greymane's going to clear this camp up top. And they get 23 skeletons while Greymane went back to clear, and they survive the fight. But meanwhile, FML Esports has almost got the Punisher. They're going to get it very soon here. If they don't wipe this, the Punisher's going to go over to FML Esports. Sonya waiting for a big flank here. The Gul'dan damage is a lot. Here comes a Holy Ground to try and separate the team. Sonya is spotted here in the bottom. Here comes a spear, but it doesn't hit anybody. Instead, she's slid on and blown up, but the shield from Nerves of Steel in time saves her. The Punisher goes over to FML Esports, but FML Esports looking hurt. Meanwhile, on the side of Elite Murloc Chieftains, all their ultimates have been used. Hanzo is getting a whole bunch of trying to kill that, see if that Malthael is killable, but instead just they back off. And they're going to let this Punisher kind of push, but it looks like they're going to go ahead and try and push on this front wall instead as the Punisher pushes here in the bottom. So, Elite Murloc Chieftains, you've got the Malthael. They're going to be able to burn this Punisher down really quickly. Front wall goes down here in this keep. This is going to be a keep for FML Esports. Wrath is popped. ETC throws a face melt to try and dissuade them from getting under. He is in a precarious position, but he slides through. He's going to be just fine. This keep is going to go down. The Punisher is slain as that keep goes down to health. FML Esports get a keep advantage and they have to back off, but Elite Murloc Chieftains losing that Punisher doesn't lose, not to say it doesn't lose a whole lot, but it could have been a lot worse for them. So they're going to go ahead and grab this camp. This keep's still hanging by a thread. This fort's still here, and in a lane with no keep, that's going to be a bigger advantage than you might think. That this lane is going to push a lot faster, but both teams get a camp to try and push this mid, and this is going to be a fight over here, over this camp. This could be the game-winning fight there. Scatter Arrow comes in there. Johanna backs off. Here comes a sword out. Looking not to get isolated there by Holy Ground. The short expires, and they're going to move in here, threatening the Johanna. Johanna's back up, and FML Esports is simply going to disengage, letting their camp push and get value from the missing keep middle. Meanwhile, yeah, if you're FML Esports, you just want to wait this out. If you are on the side of Elite Murloc Chieftains, you're going to want to clear lane pressure as soon as possible, get your own camps pushing. Just clear these lanes out and then try and start a fight. Looks like Elite FML Esports threatening bottom keep down. They're going to force a rotation here from Elite Murloc Chieftans. Throws out the arrow to make sure that their flank is not, they're not surprised on their flank. Goku walks in there anyway. He's sighted. And FML Esports, it's just a feint. They wanted to get him to rotate down. Meanwhile, Gul'dan waiting in the flank for a little bit, but he backs off that bush, and they don't want this fight. I wonder if the intention there was to force them to rotate, or if it was to just see if they can catch them off guard in order to grab that keep. I suspect rather it was the latter. They're going to go ahead and start this camp over here, and it's going to be dueling camps once more as this catapult keeps pushing in. And what I think you do here is maybe just kill the catapults and not the entire wave, so that they don't get killed by the fort here mid. But meanwhile, FML Esports making sure theirs is the only camp that's pushing. So Elite Murloc Chieftans have to deal with two lanes being pushed, whereas FML is only one. And are they going to rotate up here? Hanzo gets vision of them, and yeah, FML Esports, ships passing in the night, they're going to leave as they can simply wait everything out and force Elite Murloc Chieftains to respond to their map pressure. So they're going to clear this wave and get this catapult pushing again. And are they going to threaten bottom keep again? They could simply wait until this shrine starts and then have their team rotate Bob, take the keep, and threaten core, and threaten the back door here. In fact, that looks like they might happen without even bothering to see if they're on the shrine at all. They're going to go ahead and clear this wave. And Gul'dan seeing if he can get some quick Q corruption damage on this fort. And yeah, Kendo's going to step up, and he's going to take tower shots. These minions are right from behind. This keep is going to be theirs. They made it there quickly, and they're able to take two keeps. Meanwhile, EGC slides in, faceman on the Gul'dan. Gul'dan's out of position, but the fear is going to drive the fear into the team. And Brogene is getting spun on. Lucio backs out. Has the sanctification in there. The first bullet goes on to the Sonya. Sonya gets absolutely chunked. She's out of position. Gets face melted. But the arrow comes in to make sure that she isn't killed. To break it down, make sure that Brogene is not destroyed. The Sonya gets the big spear onto the Greyman. Greyman goes down. Meanwhile, Sonya goes down. In the meanwhile, Maltheo is stepping up trying to get some kills. And it's going to be a 2-for-1 in the favor of FML Esports. Maltheo has stepped up too far. And the entire team of FML Esports able to focus on him while they responded to the Sonya. And that's going to be a big fight in the favor of FML Esports. When with the keep pressure they've got, they're going to be able to go up here, start this Punisher, win the Punisher, and possibly win the game. It is a tough position to be in if you are Elite Murloc Chieftains. That catapult got 16% of the core while they had this team fight here. And meanwhile, you've got a catapult's getting closer and closer to core. They're going to have to come in and get camps and simply give this Punisher over to FML Esports. And it looks like that's going to be what they're doing. They're going to grab these camps, kill the camp. Oh no, they're not going to grab camps. They're going to go ahead and try and get this keep down, try and equalize this pressure here from their own catapults. And then they're going ahead and back. Let's see if that draws any back from the side of FML Esports. No, they're going to be content to stay up here and just get these Punishers. They think this Punisher can end the game, and they may well be right. So they're not going to go on core here, obviously, just getting that keep to make sure that they've got catapults in their own lane spawning, so they don't have to worry about one lane. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and back here, and if you don't have any more keeps to draw this Punisher to, and I think your only chance of winning this late in the game, 30 minutes into the game, this is an epic game, ladies and gentlemen, is, yeah, I would have gone around here and fought behind the Punisher, but no, they're going to pull the Punisher towards the fort. They're going to get as much damage on there as possible. Goku going to zone out here with Holy Ground. Maltheo getting his Reaper's Mark onto there. Sonya's going to go and try and kill that fort very quickly, and Goku is caught way out of position, gets burst down by the entire team. I believe that was a Dragon's Arrow and a Blessed Shield coming out there, possibly a Sonya, no, not a Sonya Sphere, and just eliminating Tyrael, and I think there go the chances for Elite Murloc Chieftains to win this game. And a very, ETC, boy, looking for that death medal, gets it, but it's not going to be enough to save this core. Here comes the fear to make sure that nobody bothers them while they're killing the core. Unfortunately, Sound Barrier doesn't work on the core, and that is going to be game. FML Esports takes the first game here in this best of 2, and that was a 30-minute game. That was epic, everybody. So well done. Oh my goodness, this was exciting. And we see their huge damage numbers coming in for that Gul'dan. Played that Gul'dan very well. Let me check out the Storm tier talents here. Yeah, he had the Haunt from Gul'dan, which definitely helped for sure. All the other 20s pretty standard. ETC going for the Death Metal. So now, the next map is going to be Dragonshire. And I'm going to go ahead and create that, and please bear with me while that happens. Who is the captain again? Ah, yes. Okay, and we are going to have a short pause in the action here as teams sort of collect themselves. And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and take a short break here as well while the teams recoup themselves. I don't have a timer set up. That would have been super professional of me if I had some kind of timer set up for this. So we're gonna have a short BRB here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And I'm going to go and turn this camera on, and we are going to get into the game. We are bringing the teams into the lobbies here, and we're going to see... I got to remember whose map pick this was. Yes, this is going to be Elite Murloc Chieftans pick, which means that FML Esports is going to get the first ban of hero, and they're taking us to Dragonshire. So we're going to see if Elite Murloc Chieftans can win on their map. and I'm going to see what kind of draft surprises they've got in store for us on Dragonshire. So, as we wait for people to shuffle into the lobby, that last game, very interesting. Very, very back and forth there. It really just came down to team fight execution. So it's very exciting to watch. And we're just waiting for one more player here on this NGS match here. Okay, one more try to get them into the game. And thank you all. I need to set the score here. And just to bring everybody to speed, the last map was Infernal Shrines, and now we've got the Dragonshire. FML Esports is up 1-0, and we've got all the teams in here. We're going to see if I'm going to throw a ready check out, and we're going to see if we're ready to go. Okay, Gladiators ready? Okay, contestants ready, and here we go. We are ready to start Dragonshire.
Dragonshire.
And we're going to see what we ban out here. Last time both teams picked sort of heroes that they didn't want to deal with specifically on that map. But they banned the Sylvanas, so I don't expect the Sylvanas ban here. I could see the, maybe not the KT, but I could see a different mage ban coming out, seeing as it was a respect ban. So, waiting for the ban here from FML Esports. I mean, you know, you could always go the typical Shimada Brothers, ETC, Grammy, and Lucio ban here right up front. I've seen Sonya bans. I've seen a lot of different bans come out here for both from all these different teams. Here in NGS, this is C-West, and the Arthas ban. That says to me we're playing Illidan. Immediate Hanzo ban responding here, so I wonder if that in fact is what they're doing, and if they are doing the Illidan, then I wonder if Elite Murloc Chieftans is going to figure that. So they go for the Greymane, and maybe they just don't like playing Greymane into Arthas, but that would be weird just to ban it straight up front and grab him right away. So I'm still holding out hope here for the Illidan, and it'll be a lot of fun to watch a good Illidan just go to town. So now we've got the Elite Murloc Chieftains looking to grab their other two picks here. Oh, we see the Falstad, and they want the global immediately, and they want their support right away. So Lucio getting through here to the next round, ETC getting through here to the next round, Genji also going through. But Falstad very good. But they could just grab the Dahaka here on the side of FML Esports, and that'll match them as far as globals go. Or if they pass on the Dahaka, they could always snap it up on the side of Murloc Chieftains, get a double global going. And Stukov being picked out first ahead of Lucio, which kind of surprises me. Maybe they're worried about Lucio getting blown up somehow. So we're going to see what the plan here is from FML Esports. It looks like they've got a plan. That Arthas ban says to me, even if it's not the Illidan, like I said, that says to me we've got a plan. And we don't want Arthas to slow us down, literally. And meanwhile, Falstad Stukov, very confident picks here coming out for Elite Murloc Chieftains. This is their map pick. They know what they want. So we got the ETC, and we've got the Sonya. So ETC Sonya. being grabbed up here. Sonya, of course, very good in those camps. Camps very strong on this map. You've got not one, not two, but three hard camps. Lucio banned out immediately. They grab the support, and they're just saying, well, if they don't pick up the Lucio first, we ban him. If they pick him up, then we counter him with our next pick. So they ban out the Lucio. And so no Lucio for them. I wonder what FML Esports is going to grab here. Or bad, rather. Grammy and ETC Sonya doesn't say a whole lot, but this is definitely going to be telling of what their plan is. So I'm very excited to see what this next ban is. I could definitely see them banning out another tank here. I could see the Haka ban. Well, maybe not the Haka ban. You've already got a global. I don't know if you need to double down. They go for the Malthael ban. The Sonya hoping to win that top lane. And got these other two here. And I'm very, very interested to see what Elite Murloc Chieftans have put together for this map. You've still got the Genji up if you want to Genji people around, but really, unless they, expect them to pick squishies on the side of sorry, on the side of FML Esports, I don't know that Genji's going to be that great here. So they're really thinking about this next pick here. You're going to need some wave clear for your 4-man. And unless Falstad's going to be the solo laner up top, you're going to want to have somebody who can do that lane up top with Sonya. Alright, you're going to grab the Jaina and the Varian. And I wonder if we're going to see solo tank Varian here, or if that's going to be another warrior coming out. And so now I get to see, hopefully, FML Esports is going to show me what this Arthas ban is all about. If not, I'm going to have to save it for some kind of interview situation there. But Jaina very strong in this map, be able to clear waves very quickly. And this is what you want in those bottom two lanes. And they grab the Varian here, which if they grab another, if he's not solo tank, and they grab another warrior, does that put Falstad in the top lane, which I think, maybe he's confident enough that he's going to beat Sonya in that lane. Who knows? But I really think Sonya wins that lane. But, then again, he's, really with a global, you want him to be able to be mobile instead of stuck in a solo lane up there. So we're going to see what Elite Murloc Chieftains does to round out their comp. I mean, they've got plenty of damage on their side. They could always go for that second thing. Brightwing Gul'dan. So, what was with the Arthas pick? They really don't like the Greymane into the Arthas? Okay, sure. Alright, and maybe if they couldn't think of anything, and they're like, well, we don't want to ban Hanzo. We're going to make them ban Hanzo. We don't want to ban Lucio. We don't want to ban ETC because we want ETC. So let's just ban, maybe, because we know we want Greymane. They're prioritizing this. Let's just ban the Arthas out. So, I could see that for sure. So this last pick, rounding out the composition, they're going to want at least another front line. Malthael banned out was very good ban. Makes this pick a lot harder. And in fact, maybe they were just trying to choke out solo laners. Arthas, Malthael. Although I feel like maybe you ban the Malthael first in that situation, which is why it would be confusing to me to see the Arthas ban. But maybe they thought maybe he had a little more value going into the Greymane. So we're going to go right down to the Wyhert, and they go for the Anubarak, which I think is a very good pick there. The Cocoon is going to be very powerful. Plenty of Mosh Interrupt coming out from Anubarak. Going to be able to dive. The Brightwing is solo heal. They're going to be able to get onto that Gul'dan, get onto that Greymane. So Anubarak, a very good choice coming out there into that Brightwing. Of course, Brightwing has got the Emerald Wind. She's got the Polymorph. So Anubarak, if they really force the dive, Brightwing has got the tools to deal with it. But the Jaina damage, that Brightwing scares me. Like if I'm FML Esports, I'm a little scared of having to heal up all that damage coming out from Brightwing. So Gul'dan, Greymane, Sonya are going to have to finish off targets fast. Brightwing could You know, he always do an ETC stage dive Brightwing bomb. I would love to see that on the side of FML Esports. On the side of Elite Murloc Chieftans, and it's all about that variant and noob combo. If Jaina can combo off that, it's going to be great for them. So, speaking of Elite Murloc Chieftains, on the side of Elite Murloc Chieftains, we've got Brogine on the Stukov, Norian on the Falstad, Krinovast on the variant, Goku on the Anubarak, and Undead 752 on the Jaina. Meanwhile, we got Shadow Leaves on the side of FML Esports. Shadow Leaves on Gul'dan, Drink and Run on the Brightwing, John Knight 1 on the Sonya, Kendo on the ETC, and Consort on the Greymane.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, I hope I don't. Brightwing. Okay, we have a big 5-man collision here mid. We're going to see how this works out for them. Throws the cocktail in there. Nobody waiting in that bush. Anubarak throws out a stun. It's going to be just fine. And John Knight repeating his performance on the Sonya from the previous game. Did very well there. And we're going to see how well their wave clear fares. Gul'dan getting a ton of clearing this. Goku taking a lot of damage, especially in the value. Greymane looking to finish him off, but the Jaina comes back with the Blizzard. Greymane eats most of it and has to back up. Meanwhile, you've got Falstad. Yeah, it is going to be a Falstad versus Sonya solo lane. Norian versus John Knight up here on the top. And this 4-man looks like you're going to have Variant stepping up here. Goku watching the flank, trying to just block out that ETC from getting too far in. Variant has to back up. Variant a weak hero really until level 10. We'll look at the talents here. Stukov going Feta Touch. Up here, Grayman's gonna come up here looking for this gank onto this Falstad here. Oh, goes right for it. Consort jumping in, but Norian has got the E and got the out. Falstad going for Season's Marksman. Variant High King's Quest. We're gonna see if Variant can complete this quest throughout the game here. Blizzard coming down onto this, and looks like they're 4-manning this. Shrines are not up yet, so I'm not too surprised from that. But the wave clear from both teams is very, very good. Anubarak going for the Regeneration Master, which makes me wonder why you pick the Anubarak, especially into something like, I guess Gul'dan's spells are pretty spammable, but still, that's a lot of spell armor you're getting up in order for the Regen Master. But you know, he could grab those 30 gloves in time. You know, that's nothing to laugh at. Meanwhile, Greymane getting his camp up here early, very coming to check it out. Throws a Q out there, but this camp's almost done. He doesn't want to deal with that too much. Jaina going Fingers of Frost, could be going that Blizzard build there. On the side of FML Esports, we've got Frog Rock, Hyper Shift, Brightwing probably going Z build. We've got the Gul'dan Q build again, Pursuit of Flame, and Warpaint here for Sonya. Not really worried about block, and I think she'd be doing better here if she had been taken up, but she's doing just fine, pushing that wave in and getting the point, no problem. We're going to see. Okay, she has to back off. Meanwhile, down here, they're going to test this bottom shrine. ETC gets a stun on there. ETC is looking really low on mana. Anubarak backs out the Jaina Blizzard, prevents ETC from stepping up too far, but Kendo claims that point up there. Meanwhile, Sonya is just pushing in crazy on this Falstad, but has to push the wave in while Falstad grabs the point. So they're just going back and forth on here. Meanwhile, Greymane up here solo. Undead taking a lot of damage here from this cooldown. Kendo steps out from this bush and immediately Variant comes in. The slide comes out. ETC is in no man's land. Here comes a stun out from the Anubarak, and ETC has no more mana and no more life. And that's a great pickup here for EMC. Meanwhile, Greymane comes down here. And EMC is going to be able to take this point, no problem. They're going to threaten this Dragon Knight as Falstad is winning this, at least the health battle up here top. And the global on the side of FML Esports, Ryman comes up here, makes it a 2v1 on Falstad. Variant can't get in time to get on the point and prevent that Dragon Knight. And really, despite that kill, looking at the structures here, no real game is tied right now, despite it being 1 kill to 0. So that kill very well done by EMC, but not really ultimately affecting anything. Grayman's going to come over here and he's going to go ahead and start this hard camp up here in the corner. Sonya comes down. They're going to abandon top lane. They've got the point. Falstad, I think, doesn't realize where Sonya is. Sonya thought about coming down the gank. Sonya steps up now and is going to clear this wave, get a whole bunch of health off of Norian. Brightwing's going to help Greymane finish taking that point. Grayman's going to come up here. He's looking low on health, but he's still going to try and go for the Falstad maybe not a gank, but looking to make sure he doesn't come up and threaten Sonya at that point. Sonya getting a decent amount of damage there, trading out with Falstad. Varian now going, possibly going on, but no, he decides to come back and face ETC. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane here, we've got Jaina taking a whole bunch of Gul'dan damage, throws a Blizzard into the bush, doesn't really hit anybody, but that point is theirs. And meanwhile, Greymane low on health, Stukov comes up in here to help the Falstad and gets killed. And this camp is still pushing, and it's getting a lot of damage, but that was a kill, and that's going to help Elite Murloc Chieftans a lot. Although structure damage definitely in the favor of Elite Murloc, of FML Esports. FML Esports taking a level lead and taking, getting the Dragon Knight ready to go. Meanwhile, bottom, Elite Murloc Chieftans trying to get it back, prevent the Dragon Knight from being taken. Brightwing looking very low, but Nubarak not looking to engage, worried about that Gul'dan damage, waiting for the Stukov to really start the engage here. Not going to engage, going to go ahead and shield and just make sure he stays in the port. But the rest of FML Esports coming here, it's going to be a 4v3 here. ETC slides onto 2 face melts, but they get pushed out. Varian comes down to make this an even fight, and they have to back off FML Esports. It looked like it could be a kill onto the Stukov, and the Jaina turns out to be threatening them. Brightwing has to back and Z back in. Jaina finishes her Fingers of Frost quest already. Falstad, in the meanwhile, is pushing Sonya off of this wave. EMC making some very good strides here in the early game. Jaina taking this point here. Meanwhile, Sonya comes up, Brightwing comes up top to help the Sonya along, and Brightwing opting to 1v1 this Falstad while Sonya kind of like, gets her health back. Oh! Sonya spears out of the Falstad, but it looks like there's no kind of interaction where Sonya like spears to wherever Falstad is flying. So Falstad doesn't die, but they get the point. Varian has to come up here top to soak while Falstad goes back and he flies back. In the meantime, Elite Murloc Chieftans have pushed FML Esports off this point, but Grayman's going to take this time and go ahead and grab this camp. They're not going to get a whole lot, where did my mouse go? And they're not going to get a whole lot of structure damage here from them. Gul'dan sucking up some souls, and let's see what people are taking for. Very interesting Stukov build here. Not very interesting, like, yeah, lurking arm 50%, vigorous uptake, very good. Feta touch, both very good talents. High King's Quest, Varian has one finished already. And I don't know if I can tell which one of those that is. Meanwhile, oh, looking for a big steal on the Stukov. Gets the slide, doesn't get the stun, but gets the face melt time. But that's just enough for Stukov to live and Varian to come in here and prevent that gank from happening. So an unfortunate whiff there on the power side from ETC. But they get their 10s on both sides. Filling swipe. Hinterland's Blast coming out from Falstad. Colossus Smash, so it's going to be a drill and kill kind of thing coming out, but a fear coming out, preventing Elite Murloc Chieftans from invading here. Grayman is looking very low and in danger, has to back behind his fort, and Elite Murloc Chieftans is going to keep this point. Meanwhile, Falstad getting pushed way in by the Sonya and the Brightwing. Elite Murloc Chieftans now pushing down onto this mini-map. Let's look at the rest of the Ring of Frost, Cocoon coming out here for Elite Murloc Chieftans. Stage dive for ETC for sure. Emerald Wind, Horrified, Curse Bullet, and Wrath of the Berserker. So no leap there coming out from Sonya. Gul'dan taking a lot of damage, doesn't have a whole lot of health and mana left to start throwing out spells. Meanwhile, Falstad able to push these two back with help from his minion wave and his zappy button, also known as his lightning shield? I don't remember. It's the lightning something. Big Colossus comes down onto the Sonya here. No Kinderlands from Falstad. Emerald Wind pushes him away. No real engage. Sonya gets a spear, and everyone has to back off, and it's going to be 2 ultimates used, except Brightwing has a much larger cooldown. But FML Esports uses that time to grab the point, but they're back on it very quickly. It's not going to be a Dragon Knight anyway. Meanwhile, you've got a Nubarak here holding his point as long as he can, trying to get it back. But a Curse Bullet comes down, a huge amount of damage. Greymane comes in and try and finish it off. A E from Jaina slows Greymane down, and they back off, but they've got this point again back on FML. ETC staying mid, and Elite Murloc Chieftans holding this point up here top for now. A big spray coming out from Falstad in the bushes, getting a zap down onto the Sonya here, but Brightwing's going to stay up here and heal Sonya back up, and so it's going to be a 2v1 up here, and you'd hope to get in a mismatch situation like this, FML Esports, to get some value, get this point, and get this lane pushed back in. Meanwhile, Varian and ETC doing like literally nothing here mid, except waiting for this Dragon Knight. ETC pushing him away. Goku finally capped bottom here. At the same time, FML capped top here, so the good old Dragonshire seesaw as Jaina takes this camp all by herself because she can stutter step. Gramian caught in between a Varian. ATCC slides in too late to save the Gramian, and the Stukov arm plus the Varian Colossal Smash and damage destroys him. A huge spear onto the false step, but they ease out. It's not going to be enough. The Sonya poison spear damage eats right through the Falstad's shield, and Stukov looking to maybe get more of a spears, the Stukov misses, and they're not going to be able to get a counter cover. Meanwhile, Nubarak is surrounded by 3 people. Big ETC slide could be a problem. No, he ease out. He's going to be okay. He backs off Varian coming down. Let's see how those quests are doing. Varian has 2 of his quests complete, and I'm going to see if I can try and figure out which one of those that is. I don't know, but here comes some fighting up top. I don't want to miss that. Big Colossal Smash onto Sonya. Sonya spins to win. Is getting some life back. Is it going to be enough? There's the Horrify. Honus stays alive while the rest of the team, it turns into a 2v5 very quickly. So what they thought was the pick turns into an absolute execution of 2 members of Elite Murloc Chieftans and FML Esports, keeping this game even. 3-3 kills, 14-14, and except that Elite FML Esports has got the structure advantage here. So for now, they've got more structures, but on even talent tiers, I mean, that's a fort with, the big slide on the false step, but he's out into safety. He's gonna be okay. Norian backs up, but that's gonna be another fort here for FML Esports. Ice block on the, Brightman was taking fort shots, so she had to ice block there. Jaina setting up a gank here in the bush. We're gonna look at the, Giant Killer and Acid Dread's Mandibles coming out here. Mortal Strike for Varian. Varian looking to absolutely blow someone up himself. Here comes the Sonya. Fear misses the Falstead. Ring of Frost comes down, hits 2 people, and there's ETC rooted and stuck in a cocoon. Colossal Smash and a Brightwing forces Brightwing away, and ETC is low on health, stuck in this cocoon, gonna try and slide out, but ETC is not gonna be able to make this. Stage dives, he makes it out! No CC left on the side of, there's the B-steps. I hope you guys watching this saw that B-step from Kendo there on this replay as he gets out. Kendo showing off, but they're going to grab this Dragon Knight. ETC killer not. And the Greymane cocktail is in time, but Kendo comes back and they're going to finish the job on the ETC. And there's the hubris for B-stepping there. Well, meanwhile, Falstad has to clear this very powerful bruiser camp. Greymane's going to be just fine up top, and they've got this Dragon Knight pushing, and the kick is not going to land on the Brightwing, and Elite Murloc Chieftans coming back in this, and these 2 teams are very evenly matched. Such a great game here. And we see kick on the Sonya. Sonya is off into space. This fort is dead. So Falstad finally clears that camp, and I can see Falstad coming to fly top. This Dragon Knight still got 45 seconds. They're going to go bottom with it. They're going to walk through the Bermuda Triangle. FML going to clear up that mid lane. They're going to come down here bottom and defend. They've got Gul'dan, very good at defending, so we're going to see how this works out for them. Meanwhile, 6 teams picked up for Esports Pox Populate Afterburner, Brian and Ironforge, Epicenter, and Snowstorm is coming. So Jaina, Froststormer, Ice Flows, and I really surprised to know Blizzard Pillars, but there's the huge Ring of Frost, lands on 2. There's the Falstad Hinterlands Blast to finish up, lines up the targets on the Ring of Frost, and deletes 2 people on the side, while this Dragon Knight is still alive, still getting forts, and Dragon Knight is going to go down here, but Dragon Knight or not, they've got minions, and they're going to get this front wall for sure. Stukov heals, able to heal everybody back up very quickly. They've got this front wall. They're going to be happy with that, or they want more. They've got minions pushing on the fort. They can push onto it if they feel brave enough. This Gul'dan's looking very low, and they do in fact decide to push up on here. Sonya, Varian, and the Nubarak getting, and everybody is getting so much damage onto this keep, and this keep is going to be down. A very good engage here on the side of this Jaina. Jaina running a naked ring onto 2 people, just get rooted by it. But Sonya maybe looking to grab this bruiser camp, but she realizes that the rotate is coming very soon, especially from Falstad, who's clearing this, and leaves them a nice little present with this wizard minion missing here in this camp. Meanwhile, Grayman's going to back up and do their camp. Sonya backs. And FML Esports soaking right now. But if you're FML Esports, I really... You wait for everybody to be back up, and then I think you try to invade as quickly as possible. So let's see if that's what they do here. Yeah, they get that camp, and now they're going to go hunting here before EMC really gets going here. I would start a fight here. Like, Falstead's up top. I mean, sure, he can fly in for sure, but it looks like they may be opting to go up here to the Falstead instead. But EMC rotating top here instead. EMC may be looking for an engage here. Yeah, and there's the engage onto the Nubrak. Huge spear onto Sonya, but the Rinks comes out. This time they dodge it. Unstoppable goes on the Grayman, so he's not here. Here comes a huge Horrify onto Falstead, but Falstead escapes out, and Afterburner gets him away. But meanwhile, Nubrak getting burned down. Grayman taking a whole bunch of damage himself. Sonya getting in there, spinning, getting a whole bunch of health. Stage dive misses everybody, but meanwhile, Sonya getting a ton of damage onto the very end. Nubrak went down, and it's going to be a 1-for-0. Is spinning, protected by the way, but it's not going to be enough as the Sonya damage and spin and the Gul'dan poison takes him down. And that is a 2-for-0 from FML Esports, and the pendulum swings yet again. In both these games, back and forth, you cannot ask for a closer game than this, ladies and gentlemen. So 19-17, that was the fight that FML wanted. But meanwhile, Gul'dan out here looking for a little bit too much, trying to maybe cap here, and Hinterland's Blast is going to be making sure that Gul'dan pays for being caught out of position. The Emerald win, Falstead even expertly dodges that, and they're going to be just fine. And FML Esports, what started as a really strong comeback and leads to a staggered death, and that's going to be 30 seconds that EMC has to make things happen. Falstead can simply... what's the cooldown of Falstead Z? Falstead has 14 seconds in that fight, so can easily go up there, and they're going to get this Dragon Knight 4v5. FML looking to just do what they can, trying to get this camp. Meanwhile, who cares about flying to go get that Dragon Knight? They want to see if they can force a fight here in this 3-minute triangle. They decide they're not going to. Falstead now uses his ability to fly to go up top, and Grayman comes down here and takes this bottom, forcing them to come down and deal with him there. Falstead's fights me at 45 seconds. They stop it. They don't even bother getting it blue. He escapes before they can come down and rotate on him. They're going to go down here and rotate in force on here. They're probably going to get 20 here before they can have this fight here at this. So it's going to be a very, very close nail-biter here. Falstead making sure they do, in fact, have 20. We're going to see what they get here for these 20 talents. I may not be able to list them off, but a very brave showing here on the side of FML. Willing to take this fight. Falstead is back, doesn't even need to fly. 20 talents are picked. And this is just going to be a question of how this engage goes down. This is a very tense moment for both teams. The Nubrak goes in, gets a stun on 3 people. Variant comes in. The ring lands onto 2 people. Greymane is deleted. Falstead still has his zap up. And they are down. FML goes down 1 person. And EMC says, you know what? We'll take this Dragon Knight. ETC Slaves dives in, but he's too late, and he's going to get blown up. He gets zapped, he gets blown out, and he's in a choke point. He's able to get, not able to get out. Falstead able to Hinterlands blast him in time. Who needs Gust? Alright, this Dragon Knight coming down. We're going to look at these 20 talents. Control cast, flying swipe. Nexus Frenzy for Falstead, which, hey, if you're going Hinterlands, why not? But they're just basically going to win more right here, going 20 and have this Nexus Frenzy really looking to kill the core. It's Dragon Knight's on core, and this is probably going to be game here for EMC. We're going to see what can happen here. Not a whole lot of defensive capabilities coming down here for, yeah, stay in. Very good game, even game from both teams. Elite Murloc Chieftans take their map. They get revenge for the previous map, and these games so close, both teams so evenly matched. And what a fantastic game here coming out. Pause for the... sorry about the... There's going to be a bad video here while I'm messaging people because apparently I can't message people in HOTS and cast well at the same time. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get into the lobby here. We've got everything figured out. I've got a million servers, so I've got to go find this. And hello, Norian, you are live on the air.
Hey.
Excellent job in that second game there, coming back on Dragonshire. Very well done there.
Thank you.
How do you feel about that matchup?
I felt like things could have gone a little bit better on our side. The first match, we were really getting, well, just knocked down. The Hanzo was really messing us up, and I have to give it to Consort. He was playing a very good Hanzo.
Excellent.
On top of the Sonya from, shoot, I forgot his name, but the Sonya is amazing too.
John Knight.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so, yeah, you guys did very well that second game, though. I have to ask, because this happened a game against us. What's up with Hinterlands?
Well,
And it works.
in most cases, we would take I would take Gus, but since we have Stukov, he has swipes, we don't need to disengage, which
Okay.
allows me to go into Hinterlands.
Okay.
And since we had a Jaina on top of a Varian, like Hinterlands is just kind of brutal into a ring and a smash. They're just gone. Boom.
Yeah, and Jaina was hitting. She hit some really good, like, just rings without any real setup there. So very well done by that Jaina player, Undead.
Yep.
There. What was I liked your Anubarak pick there at the end there. What was the thought behind that?
At the end, we were actually struggling to figure out what tank we wanted. The Brightwing pick had really thrown us off. We didn't know what we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
We were going back and forth between like Blaze, Anubarak, and I forget what the other tank we were looking at was.
Mhm.
But at the end, we all decided, okay, Anubarak. We feel like that'd be the strongest into what we're up against.
Okay. Did you guys feel that you were hampered a little bit in Falstad being against the solo Sonya up top?
It seemed like things were going okay without me, but definitely once Brightwing started rotating up to keep Sonya up and healthy, then things started going down, and I wasn't really responding as I should have.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was one of the biggest problems on our part. We weren't really responding to the way Brightwing was playing, and
Okay.
I wasn't really being much of a global until later on.
Gotcha. That was an excellent game to watch. You guys had very closely matched. Well done in that second game there, and good luck in the rest of your games.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for coming on. All right, we're going to go here now to Kendo, who is the captain of FML Esports. Let's see when he gets in here. Oh, hello, there he is. Hello, Kendo. How you doing?
Good, how's it going?
It's going very well. That was an amazing 2 games to watch. You guys were so evenly matched, very matched back and forth. Well done on that first map.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Credit to the other team for both games. They were both a couple of bangers of games.
Yeah.
It was really exciting to play. I hope it was exciting to cast and exciting to watch.
Oh, I'm excited just to hear the mutual respect here amongst both teams. The captain from EMC was saying very much the same thing about you guys, giving you guys a bunch of shout-outs. So it was awesome to see.
Oh, heck yes. That was some good fights. Good fights.
Fantastic. So I have to refresh my memory here on that the Infernal Shrines game. You guys got keep pressure pretty early on there.
and saved the keep
Yeah, yeah,
somehow.
yeah. It was very, very close. What was your thought going into the late game there about how you guys were going to pull that one out?
We got cat of pressure. They don't. So as long as we don't overplay our hand, as soon as we find our favorable situation, then hopefully we capitalize upon it and go onto the core and win. So we're just trying to play a little bit safe, but not do the quick match trope of, great, we killed 3 people, let's get some siege.
Right.
You know, so it's trying to play safe, but not overdo the safety.
Yeah.
I
think
yeah.
I was surprised in the game. You guys got an arcane Punisher, but you just opted not to push with it, and it ended up not getting any value on the keep. Do you know what your thought process was in that?
I basically, that's what allowed us to get the other 2/3 of the map entirely.
Okay.
So even though the one Punisher didn't do that much on its own as one entity, we really asserted the whole map moving in on them. So I think it was just normalizing the spread of the threat, even if the Punisher took the brunt of it.
Okay. And my other question on that first game in draft is, you guys banned the Sylvanas, but then you went for a very race-heavy composition between the Greymane and the Malthael. Why not simply ban the Hanzo, not the Greymane Malthael, sorry, the Sonya and the Rhaegar. You guys banned the Sylvanas, right? Or am I confused?
Yes, we banned the Sylvanas.
Okay, like, why not swap out the Sylvanas for, say, like, the... Oh my god. I'm so sorry, I casted a bunch of games.
No, that's all right.
I'm thinking of a completely different game.
No, that's all right. We banned out the Sylv because we're not ones to first pick Sylv.
Yeah.
So when that's the case, if we're not giving a respect ban based on the first game, we'll respect the other team, no problem. We don't have that rigid of a draft outline that we couldn't respect once in a while. Yeah. But if we're not respecting a specific player on the other team, they effed us in the A last game on Chromie, so ban out their Chromie or whatever.
Gotcha.
Sylv is just a great first ban when you're not looking to first picker.
Okay.
Because then you just don't have to worry about it. It just takes that off the board, and we'll play a more normalized game from there. It's almost like banning Genji in the pros. Yeah. Hey, let's just have normal team fights, all right? Let's just have a normal game and not worry about Genji games. Yeah. Let's not worry about Sylv games.
Gotcha. All right, I apologize to my audience. My reasoning I was remembering correctly, but I got confused because I was thinking of Race with Battlefield, which is a previous game I cast. Anyways, my final question is on Dragonshire. The first ban Arthas. What was the reasoning behind that? Because you first banned Arthas, and immediately I said they're going Illidan.
Arthas is great into Greymane.
Is that you just highly valuing Greymane then?
Well, it's just that he's a great counter to Greymane, and any time that you put Syndragosa on your offlane bruiser, it can be just annoying.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So he's always a little bit annoying to deal with in the first place, kind of like Sylv is locking down structures, trying to get most out of the advantages you create.
Yeah, and it turned into a very good advantage for you guys with the Malthael ban, and you managed to get both there, which prevented a really good solo lane against you guys with the Sonya.
Yeah, we thought that the Lucio ban was kind of leading to a Malthael pick, possibly. Mm-hmm. That's a easy move to make, so it's, I want to say, predictable. Yeah. But, no, we read that too. Yeah. So, like, if they were looking to go that, because we know that they have one from game 1. Right. So, at minimum. So, okay, they banned the Lucio. Maybe they're wanting to go into Malthael. So, we'll just respect ban it there. So, right there shows how, we do like respect bans. Cool. It creates a cool meta in between two teams when you do more than one game.
Oh, that's fantastic. And last question, how tilted were you by the Hinterlands pick?
Oh, completely. course. Like, I was tilted for the other team because if I was the Anubrak, I would have said, no, come on, you pick Hinterlands, really?
Yeah.
But no, I mean, maybe I should have gone Mosh then. If it's going to be that kind of party, right?
Yeah. Well, fantastic games. That was a couple of absolute bangers there. I've got to get to my next match, which people are probably waiting for. So I've got to get off the horn with you, and I'm going to. So thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, good games, guys. Thanks for casting.
Oh yeah,
and
please
thanks to
shout
my
outs.
team for being awesome.
Yeah,
my team is awesome. Our analyst Enigmatic is awesome. Kala is awesome for doing community coaching.
Yeah, Enigmatic's the best.
Fogey League is awesome. Roll One Esports is awesome, and so
and
is Disbanded.
I'm doing Roll One next.
Everyone, lots of love to the admins of NGS. Shout outs everywhere. So go ahead and do your next thing.
All right, cool. All right, thanks for doing it. All right, I'm going to stop the stream very quick, and I'm going to pick it back immediately up with Roll One Esports versus Subject to Change.